All right, he's right here, and I finally got some time off to go work on the bike. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so hopefully we can build this. All right, maybe I should make another one of these. Yeah, let me go make another one of these, just in case we mess it up. Okay, and we need to start over again. So it's easier. It's easier to mess up on this than the real thing. Okay, guys. Okay, I've got a second one at my disposal, and we're gonna go knock this out. All right, guys. So obviously, you can tell it's way too long, so I'm gonna start shortening it. Okay. Okay, that up. So yeah, so one of the criteria was we can't block this opening because we need this opening for the battery strap. Okay, so we need to make it shorter. But before that, let's trim this top part. So I want to trim this top part here at the corner so it lays flat with the battery tray. Okay, and probably. Yeah, I probably want to get this lined up with the center of the hole. Alright, and then I'm going to start chopping it. And my guess... Let me get my marker. Like that. Okay, so I think once we get this bracket, like it trimmed for this bracket, the rest is easy. Then all we have to do is just drill the hole and make sure it doesn't interfere with the motor, this little bump here in the motor. I'm gonna line it up with this bracket down here. So I'm trying to draw a straight line across as best as I can. Okay, I'm gonna cut that. Okay, gotta try to cut it straight. Okay, and it's gonna be like that. Okay. And we're going to try to get it parallel with this guy. Alright, and then also what we want to do is let's take this bolt out real quick. It's not a 14, it must be a 13. Okay. There you go. Hopefully that doesn't move, but I think it's pretty well locked in there. We should use like heat the bracket up once everything's in the way, so it'll like stay that way. Alright. Anyway, okay, so did that. It looks like we're going to put this on the back here, like that. Okay. Oh, that's even better. So I've got the hole right here. Yeah. So that looks pretty good right there. All right. So remember, we can't block this. So I need to draw a line. It'd be good if I could draw a line on the back, but I think it'll be hard to get the marker in there. I'm just going to freehand it. Okay, guys? So I'm going to imagine there's a line rack here, okay? And then we're going to just go across. Okay, and we'll try to cut it straight. Okay, we'll try that out. We'll take out more if we need to. So I'm going to just do one cut. Which way were we going to do it? I want to just cut on the center of the line, I guess. It's cool. Okay, one nice straight cut. Okay, oh, well, my finger was pretty close to that. These are pretty big chompers, man, so I could have taken my finger off, a piece of my finger. Okay, so it'll be like that, and we'll move it back. I think we're going to try to take, well, when I cut it, guys, I'll round it off, alright? I don't want it that sharp, okay, guys? But okay, and then, yeah, there should be a little bit of play in here. We can make the hole a little bigger, you know. Okay, so that looks good. And then now we got to figure out where the hole's got to be. How can we do that? We can put some grease around the hole here, and then we'll stick it in there. All right, so I think that'll work. Let's see. So it'll make an imprint on the on the bracket, on the template here. Okay, so I want to get some grease. All right, and then I'm going to rub it around the hole because there's not going to be any on the hole, right? I have to make sure I just dab that sucker though. Okay, and then we'll clean it after, obviously. Okay, so this one is pretty easy. The hole's right here. We don't have to do anything, but this one is going to be a little more difficult. So let's get this squared up. Okay. Okay, we're just going to press it onto there. Okay. And then try to pick it up straight off. All right, and there you go. There's our hole. All right, and let's go poke that with something. Pretty red, huh? It's too bright. Okay, see, there's the hole in the center. Cool. Probably a good idea to just put like this guy right here. Okay, and then we're gonna poke that with something. Okay, I got a drill bit here. We're just going to drill straight through where the black mark is. Alright, we can make it a little bit bigger than it should be, okay? So we got some room for play, but... Yes, this drill bit is not sharp. Okay. Yeah, we could just use a step bit. How about that? Let's use a step bit. Okay, I've got a step bit here, and then we're just going to go up until it gets to around that area that's its thing, okay? Okay, maybe the next one. Okay, that looks okay, so we're just going to keep on making the hole bigger until the bolt fits in there. Alright, it looks like we should probably go up the next one, alright, because it just barely fits in that hole. Okay, so we'll go to the next size up, and that'll give us a little more play to get everything lined up. All right. Okay, that should do it. There's still a good amount of material on each side. Okay, it's kind of loose. That's okay. All right, and then that's just gonna go like so. Okay, so what I'll probably do is, yeah, we can make fine-tune adjustments. It's still kind of blocking the hole a little bit. That's okay, as long as it's not sharp. I'll make sure the edges aren't sharp so it won't cut the strap. Okay, guys. And we'll round off the edges a little bit, all right? But we'll do that after we've done the thing. Okay. Okay, so I've got the bolt on there. We're probably going to have to use a bigger bolt. Let me see does it want to be behind the bracket or on top of the bracket? We can do either way, guys. Whatever is the straightest. Okay, that's behind the bracket, and this is on top. So I feel like on top it's kind of like this a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of like this. So I think it's better if we're the other side. Okay, at least I think so. Okay, and I think this is going to be on this side, maybe. I honestly don't remember which way this went, guys. Okay, anyway, let's just attach it to this bracket. Okay, so let's do this. I feel like it's better if it's behind. Okay. Okay. Also, I gotta add the. I forgot about that. I gotta add the. It's not going to matter. There's just going to be a little pad there where it touches. Okay, and then now we're going to just drill a hole right here, straight through. Okay. Oh yeah, let me get the bolt real quick. Okay, we're going to use these automotive grade bolts right here. All right, so that's the hole size we're going to go with. Okay, but let's make sure this is all lined up. Okay, somewhere around there. All right, and then we're going to go take our marker, just draw a hole. Well, what I should have done is just draw an X, damn it. Why didn't I do that? Okay. Okay, that looks pretty close to what we need. And then we're just going to drill a hole so this bolt fits through it, okay guys? I think we're going to have to, I'm going to have to oversize this hole a little bit. Alright, that's fine. But I want to use this bigger, thicker bolt, alright? Okay, so let's take this off. Or should we just drill it like that? Yeah, we could just poke my finger. Okay, I think that's too small still. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Still too small. Okay, we'll go up to the next one. Right, let's take it out now. Hopefully it's pretty straight when we put it on. It's okay. The bolts will bend it into place. So that's why it's probably a good idea to make the bolts hole a little bit big so we get a little bit of room to play. Alright, so I'm going to go drill this out one more. Okay. There's not a lot of meat left on it now. Alright, but there it is. Alright, it fits in there pretty loosely. Okay, so when we drill it, I probably want to undersize it a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go actually cut this. Okay, guys? Okay, I'm going to get our flat piece of metal and I'm going to put it on the vise here. Flat first. And we're just going to use this. Alright, so put this here. It's actually a little bit bigger than it. Alright, line that all up. Okay. Sure it's lined up straight. Okay. Draw a line here. Okay. Color this in. So we're going to get rid of that. Alright, and then we're going to draw a hole there. Okay, hope it's the right size. Okay, do the same thing here. Cut it like this. Okay. Uh-oh. This is in the way. Okay, make sure everything is all lined up again. Okay. Draw a hole there. Okay, and I think we have our holes. Alright. Okay, so all this has got to come off. Should we just cut it like that already? I kind of would rather make a square cut first, so the next time I use this, it doesn't thing. Well, we're going to use it for the other side though. So okay, so we're going to go from here, from right here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna cut straight there. Cut that off, and then when we got everything situated, we'll start rounding off the edges. I don't want any of these sharp edges on there. Okay, doesn't look cool. All right. Okay, I got my iPro on. I'm gonna cut this. First, let's cut this little nub off here. Okay, pretty easy. Let's move this out more. Actually, you know what? That cut pretty good. I'm gonna try that again. Cutting it for the top. Usually I cut downward. I made quick work of that. Okay. Okay. We'll clean that up with the grind. Well, we're gonna chop that part off anyway, so. Okay, now piece of metal is so big it just absorbs all the heat all over the place. Okay, there we go. Okay, got a little triangle there. Alright, I'm going to go clean up these cuts and then we're going to start drilling. Okay, guys? Yeah, before we start drilling, I'm going to go center punch this sucker. Oh, let's do it on the anvil. Okay, let's make sure I got the center of it as best as we could. It was hot. There. Oops. Okay. Oh, this one is like off center, man. Let me get our template. We kind of messed it up. Okay, I may need to fit this a little bit. I just want to say it's not perfect. Okay. Just poke that in the center. Okay, I think that's good. I have a feeling the holes aren't right. We're going to have to make the holes bigger. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to go clean this up and then we'll go start drilling. I'm going to clean it up on the grinder, these sharp edges. Okay. There it is. All right, let's go get it on the drill press. Okay, we're going to start off with 1132, all right? And then we'll make it, we can make it bigger with the step bit if it's too small, okay? Okay, there's one. I'm going to see what drill bit we can use for the other one, the smaller one. I think we can go with this, whatever this is. It's a 5/16. All right, so I hope I drilled the right one. Yeah, I did. Okay, I apologize if you guys can't see what's going on, but yeah, I've got it inside the vise, so it's kind of hard to see. Okay, got caught up in there, man. I was like, uh-oh. Alright. Okay, I think we have our bracket. Let's see if it works. Okay, first thing I want to do... Alright, so there she is, guys. Alright, first thing I want to do is make sure that the holes are the bolts fit in the hole. Okay, it looks like we're just right for the smaller bolt, the one that goes on the motor, but the one that goes on the battery tray still too small. Okay, so we're gonna go increase the size of that. We'll use the step bit for that. Okay, well, which one was it? I think this is the battery tray, right? Yeah. That's this one. This one should be bigger. Yeah, that's the one. These maybe forgot already, man. Okay, so we're gonna go open that up a bit with the step bit. I think it's still gonna keep on going. Okay, next step. Okay, not much left. All right, it's got a little bit of play. I know we didn't get it quite perfect, guys, but that's okay. We want a little bit of play. All right, because I have a feeling it's not going to fit on there perfectly. All right. All right, let's go see if it fits. Okay, before that, I'm going to get a countersink and clean up those holes a bit. Alright, see if it fits. Okay guys, there you go. It kind of fits, alright. It looks like I might need to trim this a little bit. We'll see how it fits with the tray. So that's without the tray. One thing I didn't realize is this bracket is not totally flat, guys. Check this out. Yeah, oh, I don't know. It's pretty close, I guess. Yeah. I think it'll be okay though. It's kind of, yeah, it doesn't go on there totally straight. I could do it on the outside. Yeah, it feels better on the outside. Let's try the outside. Okay, like that. And that goes on there like that. Alright, and then we're going to put the battery tray on. Oh, I forgot we have to oversize the holes. Alright, let me make the holes bigger in this so this will fit in there. I gotta make the holes bigger so these bolts fit in here. Okay, I'm just using the step bit to open this up. Shit, I'm getting metal flakes in the grease. That's not good. Let me cover that real quick. Okay, no, it's not enough. Keep on going. Okay, well, that's pretty. There's not much meat left on that anymore. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a little loose. It's fine. We gotta do the same thing for the other side. This metal thing is pretty strong, so it should be okay. I'm like, please don't catch, please don't catch. Keep on spinning. Okay, there we go. That fits nicely now. Alright. I will paint that later so it doesn't rust, alright? But it should be fine for now. I don't know why it fits kind of crooked. Oh, I know why. Because before this was pulling this all that way so the tray would fit. And now this tray is like the perfect size. Lines up with the bright. That's okay. We can just install it offset. It's not a big deal. Okay, and this is going to go in like this. Do the other side. Alright, I think we may need a bigger bolt. Alright, I'm going to put the nut on the other side. Okay, and I think we're good. We had a successful bracket. Alright, cool. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, we're going to have to get a bigger bolt. The bolt's not long enough to accommodate everything. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, whatchamacallit, the battery tray doesn't touch it at all. Alright, okay, this is what I got going on here. Alright, so we're probably going to have to get a bigger bolt for this because it doesn't go out the other end now. Alright, so I'll find a longer one, and we need to find a longer one of these also. But there it is. Alright, it fits good. Doesn't touch the motor here. It doesn't block the little thing here. What I might want to do is I might want to round this edge off a lot more. Alright, I'll round the edge off around this part. So I'll round all of this up. Alright, so when we put the strap through there, it won't cut the strap. Alright, because the strap is going to be rubbing up on this. Alright, so yeah, grind this down a lot. Grind these edges so they're not sharp. Okay, and I think we might be okay. We'll see. Alright, and then here's this. Okay, you can see there's a good gap here. Alright, plenty of meat around the bolt. Alright, that's precision, guys. Yeah. Alright, I might want to round this off a little more. This seems okay. Okay, so I'll round this off. This looks okay. Maybe I'll round off that edge, this point right here. Kind of too much. Yeah, I'll round it off more. Okay, make it a nicer thing, and then we'll paint it. Okay, guys. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's how it's gonna be. Okay, so let me go find some longer bolts, and then I'll clean it up, and then get it ready for painting. Okay, I try to smooth off all the edges as good as I can. Alright, they're much rounder now. Okay, much better. Okay. Alright, let's go. There's so many metal shavings everywhere. Okay, it's gonna go like this. I think it's gonna go on the outside, yeah. Okay, I found the longer bolt. This is the one. It's got a flat washer, and it's got a split lock washer that's flattened, so I don't think it does anything. That's okay. None of the other bolts have any kind of split lock washer on it. All right, but it goes all the way through, and it peaks a little bit on the outside. All right, a few millimeters. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. It does look like it's pointing outward this way a bit. All right, I found this bolt. Alright, in my bolt collection, I should probably clean that out with the wire wheel. Yeah, so fits in there. Okay, tighten that up. So I think the battery tray is going to be offset a little bit now. It's going to be more that way, which I think is okay. Okay, I'm using all automotive grade bolts that I found in the junkyard that I've collected over the years. I'm going to have to find another longer set for the other side. I'm going to build the brackets for the other side. Okay. I think, what size is that? A 13? I don't want to make it too tight. Okay. There you go. Solid as a rock. Alright. It should make this bracket stronger too, I think, my guess. I don't know. Alright. There we go. All good. Let's take a closer look. That's the finished product right there. So the strap will go underneath here. What I might want to do is grind that up a little more because it's kind of just in the path of it, man. I'll get a pen and I'll mark what I need to cut off of that. We'll grind off. Okay, but there it is. It's solid. Solid as a rock, man. Nice. I'm really happy with my work there. Now that is precision, all right? That's not that the stuff that the guy that built this bike does, you know. All right, there's the back side of it. pretty sweet if I do say so myself. All right, there's a lot of bolt peeking on the other side. That's okay, there's nothing under there anyway, so yeah, ideally it would be good to get a shorter bolt, but the one that I got is way too short, so okay, and then so now we need to do the right side. All right, but I'm gonna do that after I'm gonna take a break. Okay, yeah, we're doing that one is done. All right, so I will have a separate video on when we make the right side one. Okay, but we're probably gonna make it the exact same way. The other side's gonna be a little more difficult, guys, because it's farther away from where the bracket is. Okay, so yeah, until we get there. But yeah, that's it for now. All right, guys. I will we'll have to paint that up at some point. All right, guys. We'll paint it up same color that we painted this, and then we'll see how it turns out. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much done. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and then we're gonna go work on the other side. Okay. And then the final when everything is done, we'll take it off and paint it. All right. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. I think that should be awesome. We could even make another brace going here if we wanted to. All right, that would make this even stronger, this part of the frame even stronger. But I think this is fine. Like I said, the way the force is transmitted on this, it goes this way, right? So it's gonna force the mount to go. It's gonna the energy, all right, kinetic energy is gonna go that way. Okay, so this, it's tugging up on this. The energy. All right, the rotational energy is going to go straight into that. All right, and that's way strong. All right, super duper strong. All right, and the tray looks like it's pretty good. I have to add. Oh yeah, it's too short now. Huh. I think the tray got a little taller. It's okay, I guess. All right, we'll have to figure that out. What's going on with that tray? When we get it all together, right? We have to get the battery back in there too. That's it for this part of the build vlog. Okay, guys, I finished making the left side reinforcement bracket. From inception to final product. All right, it's almost at the final product. All I have to do is paint it. Okay, guys. I have to paint it and I have to grind this. All right, so it's not in the path of where the strap goes. Okay, so this part is okay. It lines up pretty nice, and it's not that sharp, but this totally, it's like pointing, it's like sticking out like a sore thumb in the path of it. All right, so I'm gonna go grind that, but that's the only thing left to do. Okay, guys, so I'm not gonna get that on video. All right, so yeah, we're done with the left side. Now we got to do the right side, and then after that, guys, we're gonna go build some batteries out of cardboard. Okay, guys. We're gonna see what batteries we can fit in this frame. Ideally, I'd like to go with what we have right now because we can swap batteries easily. The ability to swap batteries is very important to Hades Omega. If you can just get enough to do one lap or one race, then that's good enough for me. Okay, so all right. So anyway, yeah, let's end it there for this one. All right. So in the next video, we'll be doing the right side bracket. Okay, and that's going to be more difficult. Okay, thanks for watching. Hades Omega out. That's another chapter done in the WR250E Chronicles.